Bear Alpha has a great soundtrack, and when I say soundtrack, what I actually mean is a collective representation of Cheetah Man's S-tier taste in music. The reason I say this is because, for most of these tracks, Cheetah Man just took a pre-existing song from somewhere else and slowed it down like a 14-year-old girl on TikTok. Lazy is a word that some people might use to describe this, but to that I would highly disagree since, 1. Developing a game is very time-consuming. Trust me, I know from experience. And 2. Cheetah Man has a life outside of making games on Roblox. So slowing down these tracks I think is justified, since it's a smart way to avoid copyright, while also saving a ton of time. Also, you'd be surprised by just how good these slowed tracks sound when used as ambience. Take Haunted Mansion for example, one of the first maps ever added to the game. The original song is called Gothic by Project Zero. And it sounds pretty good on its own, but here's how it sounds in-game. By doing something as simple as slowing a song down, it takes on a much more sinister, menacing sound, like there's some powerful malevolent force attached to the map. Yorick's resting place is a different story. By slowing down Awakening by Positively Dark, the track here takes on a much more serene, almost majestic sound, making this map feel truly like, well, a resting place of someone very powerful. I remember this was the first map that I ever played on. I was Bear that round, and I'm pretty sure I only ended up killing one guy, but it is what started my chronic bear addiction throughout 2020. You'll notice a reoccurring pattern with these maps is that a lot of them are based on old Roblox games, which fits very well with the main premise of the game, since Survive the Killer type games were very popular back in the day. A little side note, apparently the first prototype of Bear on Roblox was actually created back in 2015, which by Roblox standards is ancient. Hospital Nightmare in particular stands out, as it was the only map in the game that genuinely creeped me out. The weird layout, the laggy flashlight that made it impossible to see in certain areas of the map, and that ominous bear face staring at you through the TV creeped out 13-year-old me. When slowed down, the instruments of this song sound like mechanical whirs and chugs, with that one gun reload sound effect giving the impression that somewhere, the unseen machinery got jammed or stuck for a moment before resuming as normal. They unfortunately changed this one twice. What I love about these soundtracks is that, outside of just sounding really good, they also unintentionally encourage you to go and expand your musical tastes. When I hear these songs, I'm like, yo, where's this from? And then I go to YouTube and try to track down the original. When I do, sometimes I get introduced to an entire new soundtrack. Take The Final Hour, for instance. The original music for this level comes from Resident Evil, which I've never played. You know, it sounds very nice and relaxing. I quite enjoy this song. But then here's the deluxe demo version. Many of you may recognize this song as Aquatic Ambience from Donkey Kong Country, aka one of the greatest songs ever written. When I first heard this, I immediately fell in love with the beautiful instrumentation, and after searching it up, I was introduced to one of the greatest soundtracks of all time. So I have Bear to thank for introducing me to the gaming masterpiece that is the Donkey Kong Country trilogy. However, due to the fact that this is Nintendo music, the song unfortunately got taken down, forcing Cheetah Man to change it. The current song sounds alright, but I will forever miss Aquatic Ambience. In early 2022, a ton of Roblox audio was deleted due to copyright issues. This meant that many games were left in complete silence, Bear being one of those. So Cheetah Man decided, you know what, it's time for me to hire a bunch of people to compose original tracks for Bear. So Cheetah Man did just that, and got a bunch of new composers for the Bear soundtrack. All of these people definitely made their own music, and none of them stole their tracks from a small YouTube channel that would be very hard to find due to its size. Take a look at Wensleydale, the best skin in the game, and that is an objective fact. Not only is this skin directly based on one of the best animated shows of all time, but it also is one of the few skins to feature its own soundtrack that plays in-game. The Wallace and Gromit train chase music was a glorious thing to hear in-game. But you guessed it, copyright, so Cheetah Man had to change it. But then, the Dominator stepped forward and said, "Hey, I'll make the soundtrack for this game." And Cheetah Man was like, "Alright man, but it's just music for a 2D bear PNG, you didn't need to go too hard for it." The rest of the original tracks are garbage, I'm just kidding. I won't deny that the people who made the music for Bear did a fantastic job at it. However, I still ended up preferring the slower tracks, since, ironically enough, they gave the game a lot more personality and identity. Slowing down the tracks to use as music is something that I haven't really seen done in any other Roblox games before. So, despite these tracks not being original to Bear, they are still original, if that makes any sense at all. In conclusion, Bear is my favorite Roblox game ever, and the amazing soundtrack is a key contributor to that. I mean, there's a reason I uploaded all of it to my channel a while back. No matter what happens to this game, I will still always remember it as the funny Bear PNG game that I spent countless hours on. Until next time, this has been Daniel, signing off.